Thanks for watching Numbskull News, and today we're going to talk about Coach Primetime Deion Sanders is leaving Colorado. At least that's what's being talked about, like ad nauseum, ever since he signed on the dotted line to coach the Colorado Buffaloes. People have already been talking about, well, he's not going to stay there that long. He's going to move on to something else. Before a game is played, they've been talking like that. Even talks about Colorado going to the Dallas Cowboys to replace Mike McCarthy. Of course, that was, as a Skip Bayless special and undisputed, but it has been talked about. So I think it behooves me to talk about this. So let's talk about the NFL. Would Coach Prime go to the NFL? He has said that that's not really his mission statement. His mission are the kids coming up, showing them the way, showing them how to improve their brands, get into the draft, get to the next level. That's what he's all about. That's what he's been professing this whole time. I need to take him at his word. I think everyone does need to take him at his word. His coaching style, his motivation style, everything that he does is geared towards college-age kids. That stuff does not work in the NFL. All this hype train and all that. These guys build their own brands. They got millions of dollars at their disposal. They have their own teams. They have their own internet people, their own Instagram people. They have all that. Does Micah Parsons need Deion to hype Micah Parsons up? No, he's already one of the most famous players in the league. He doesn't need that. All of Coach Prime's specialties, all the things that are making him successful right now, that doesn't work in the NFL. It doesn't really translate. And look, you could probably find a team out there. I mean, Arizona Cardinals hired this dork from Texas Tech who got fired from Texas Tech stupidly because he just rubbed shoulders with Sean McVay one time. And then stupidly they hire him as the head coach, and now he's fired, obviously. He wasn't that good at the college level. He's not going to be that great. But there's always one. There's always an NFL team that will give somebody outside the box a shot. It happens. Mike Singletary, for instance. I don't think he's interested on that level. I think he loves being on the college level. People have been talking about him going to the SEC or the Big Ten and take one of the big jobs when it comes available. And we all know, if Nick Saban retires, Alabama right there, LSU, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Florida, those type of schools. What is to keep Deion from going there? Well, number one, do those kind of big time blue blood programs, do they really like Deion that much? I mean, think about it. You had the Pitt coach, the Mizzou coach, the Oregon coach, and now the Colorado State coach, plus Nick Saban himself, have all talked shit at one time or another on Coach Prime and how he does things. That's kind of unprecedented. These coaches don't talk like that about other programs and other coaches. All right, that's kind of an unwritten, unspoken rule. They don't normally do that, but they all feel the need somehow to do that. What does that tell me? That tells me these coaches who do talk to each other, the ADs of all these different conferences definitely talk to each other. The presidents and chancellors of these universities, people in administration, they do talk to one another all around the country. What that's telling me is he's rubbing people the wrong way, which shouldn't surprise anybody. He's been doing that since he was a player at Florida State. He's been rubbing people the wrong way. He's always done that. He's done it his way. He's been very successful doing it his way. When I was in high school, I hated Deion Sanders. I hated the thought of him coming to my beloved Cowboys. Oh, this sorry ass bastard. He only cares about the money. He's not a true cowboy. Blah, blah, blah. Needless to say, he helped us win another title, our 5th title. So, and what am I supposed to say? Now I love the guy. I understand what he's doing, the self-promotion. When he came into the league, the cornerback, that position was nothing. It didn't get paid. Now that Deion came in and got that position paid. Now it's one of the top value positions in the league because of Deion Sanders. So now I understand what he was doing. And now he's showing these other kids, hey, this is how you can get paid. It's not just about performance on the field. Can you hype yourself up, hype your position up, and improve your draft stock, and not just on the field, but off the field as well? But there's a lot of programs, I guarantee you, if you got 4 or 5 head coaches coming out and talking shit on Dion, trust me, there's a lot of them that are not coming out publicly that feel right around the same kind of way and they don't like it. There's a lot of ADs around the country. There's a lot of presidents and chancellors around the country that don't like Dion. That's what it tells me. That you got that many head coaches willing to come out publicly and say something. That means people behind the scenes are saying something. So even if the Alabama job one day, the next 3, 4, 5 years comes available, will they want Dion? Probably not. Michigan State, I don't know. Notre Dame, probably not. Now LSU, hey, I mean they had Coach O. That dude was some kind of crazy ass backwoods Cajun. They may take, they may say, hey, we'd love Dion here. Think he'd fit right in. But would Dion want to go? That's the other side of the coin, because usually coaches they leave their current program to go to a higher profile program. All right, like when the Cincinnati coach just went to Wisconsin, or Coach Fran from TCU went to Texas A&M, or hell, Lincoln Riley leaving OU, which is a blue blood, to go to USC, which is an even bigger blue blood. So this happens all the time. Coaches climbing that ladder. Well, you notice, that's one of the reasons people are pissed at him, at Coach Prime too, because he skipped some steps. He's supposed to waller in obscurity for 10, 12 years, 20 years before he gets a coaching gig. And he kind of skipped all that and jumped the line in front of a lot of people. So that's, jealousy is a big thing. But it's not just that. Are you going to pay him more money? If you go, let's say he went to LSU. Can LSU pay him more money? The dude's already mega rich from playing, and then on his career on TV, and then through that whole time, of course, he's doing ads and spots on TV. He's always made money off the field, and he's getting paid a pretty good amount of money at Colorado now, and that money's going to go up. It's going to go up huge from everything he's doing for Colorado. I mean, they are sold out every game now. I think they're having record attendance. All their season tickets were snatched up within hours, if not or days or whatever, but quick, like record fast. All their season tickets gone. They're going to put in more seats, more premium seating next year, be more season tickets, and all of those will be sold quickly. So Colorado is making money off their program that they've never made before. So yeah, a big piece of that is going to go right to Deion Sanders' checkbook. And now another big reason why coaches go to the next level, the higher level, recruiting. Because they can go to LSU or Alabama or whatever and recruit like a son of a bitch, which definitely ups the percentage chance of them being successful. And then they get successful, even if they stay in the college ranks at that high level, then they could bring in money from endorsements and everything else. Nick Saban being in a movie or whatever. Well, Prime doesn't need that. I'm sure he gets movie offers all the time for little spot parts or whatever. He's already in all the commercials. You see what I'm saying? He can already recruit everywhere. This dude got a 5-star recruit to go to Jackson State instead of Alabama or any other SEC school. One of the things that pissed off Nick Saban. How is Jackson State get one of my players, the players that I'm supposed to get? Because of Prime. Because of Deion Sanders. That's why. And he can out recruit LSU. He can out recruit damn near any SEC or Big Ten school as it is. So all the advantages of Prime going to some lofty Big Ten or SEC program, blue blood program, they can't offer him anything he doesn't already enjoy in Colorado. He's already the best recruiter in the country. And he's making money hand over fist. He doesn't need LSU. He doesn't need Alabama. He doesn't need Florida or Michigan State or Notre Dame. Not even Notre Dame can offer him anything more than what he's getting right now. And think about it. Colorado's coming to the Big 12. All right, it's not easy to win the Big 12, but it's definitely probably easier than winning the SEC. The Big 10, look, they're getting Oregon, they're getting Washington, USC. Uh, it's going to get a little tougher in the Big 10. This is the perfect spot for them. Are there expectations in Colorado? And when they come into the Big 12, absolutely there are. But they're more realistic. You don't have to be, in the title game every year. You don't have to win multiple titles for you to be successful. If you go to Alabama, if you go to Alabama after Nick Saban, titles are expected. Hey, how many can you roll off? LSU, a title is expected. Florida, a title is expected. Colorado does have that kind of history, but it's been a long time. They've been down for a very long time. And Dion is rebuilding that thing in his own image. He's already passed all expectations. And they'll be ratcheted up next year and the year after, but nothing like Alabama, nothing like LSU and those kind of places. The expectations there are they're insane and sometimes unfair. Let's just be frank. Sometimes those expectations are a little bit unfair, but they are what they are because those programs have won a ton in the past, in the very recent past. So you're expected to do something. That's why Texas has been changing out head coaches like underwear the last 10, 15 years. Because they expect to be in the title game damn near every year. So in closing, is Deion Sanders going to leave Colorado? Why would you? Why would you leave the program, the one Power 5 program that gave you a shot at the big time, that believed in you? As a matter of fact, they changed the academic part of this college to allow more players to be able to come in. Maybe players that don't have a 4.0 GPA. Made it a little bit easier for those guys to get in, to make sure that Dion can be successful and get kids who, they may not have the grades for Vanderbilt or for Rice, and they may not have the grades for Stanford or Cal, but damn, they're really good players. They are smart. Maybe they need a little help. That's what he's looking for. The dogs out there is what he talks about. He wants those dogs, and those dogs don't get 4.0s. All right. They can do well in college. They can do okay with a little help, a little guidance. Sure. And that's what he's looking for. Guys that use that as a stepping stone to get to the NFL or just a stepping stone into life. And that's what Colorado provides now. All right, they've made a ton of changes in that program to help Dion. So you better believe he's got some loyalty to the AD and the president, Rick George of Colorado, because they believed. And apparently that means a hell of a lot to Coach Dion. Coach Prime, do you believe? Well, they do. Colorado does. All the heads in Colorado, they believe. And if they kind of weren't sure before, they definitely believe now. So is he going to go somewhere? Is he going to go to a greener pasture somewhere? Why would you when you're already in a very green pasture? From Colorado, he can win titles. Not just one, he can win titles. He can make playoff appearances. You better believe he has a shot to win the Pac-12 this year. He has a shot to win the Big 12 next year. Why would you? I just don't understand that. When I really broke this whole thing down, there's no reason for Dion to leave Colorado. You have to be able to offer him something, and no one can offer him anything. Now, if Colorado starts, oh, screw you, coach, we're tired of you, coach, then he'll go somewhere. But as long as they're going to be cool with him, they're going to get his back, and they're going to support the program and support him and support the kids that he brings in there, then I don't think he's going anywhere. When he feels the job's done, he'll probably retire from Colorado. I just don't see him going somewhere because there's nothing they can offer him that he can't get right now. And he knows if he goes somewhere, those expectations are super high, and there's a lot of people have him on a short leash, and they'll be willing to crack that sucker back in a moment. And Rick George won't do that to Coach Prime. He's not going to shut him up. He's not going to tell him to turn the cameras off. He's not going to tell him to take off his hat and his sunglasses. All right, Rick George wants Deion to be Deion. That has a ton of value when you have administration like the ADs, presidents, chancellors that got your back. No other school. He doesn't know if LSU would have his back. The people of LSU, the ADs, the presidents, the chancellors, has no idea if they would have his back, or Alabama, or anywhere else. He knows in Colorado they got his back. And with the money and the recruits he's already getting, he doesn't need any of those other programs. There's no other stepping stone for Deion. I believe this is it. Whether he lives out his contract or signs another one afterwards, I'm not sure. I believe he's 56 years old. How long does he want to coach? Does he want to coach to mid-60s? Does he want to, have one contract and retire? I doubt it. He'll probably sign another contract. He'll probably be there for around 10 years. He'll probably retire at 65, 66, and that'll be it. That's just how I see it, folks. I just don't see him going anywhere else. There's no reason to. Anyway, that's all I got on this crap. I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye.